Conflict is part of life. But what happens when conflicts lead to violence? At Santa Marta School, in rural Garzón, Huila, we noticed that students' misunderstandings and tensions often led to fights. But can we change the way we respond to conflict? Can English help us build peace in the classrooms? My name is David Suaza, and this is our project, What If I Defend Myself? Exploring peace construction through a student's narrative in the rural EFL classroom.
This project helps us explore our experiences with conflict and how storytelling can help us transform into learning.
I learned that we are not just a student, we are a storyteller, peace builder, and part of the solution.
We started this research because we saw that student conflicts were becoming a serious issue.
We see conflict every day at school. Sometimes we act without thinking, but we don't always stop to understand what it happened.
We ask ourselves, can we use English to tell our stories, reflect on our conflicts, and learn from them?
Misunderstandings, peer disputes, and social tensions often led to aggression. We wanted to understand why and explore how we could change it. Inspired by Garzón's idea that conflict is both danger and opportunity, we decided to move students away from violence towards a culture of peace. This project has three objectives.
Brings wastewater to explore the level of memories, the reconciliation, school conflict in our rural classroom.
Second, we identify common school conflicts, looking at their themes and resolution in our stories.
Here we analyze how persons and colleagues experience with conflict to understand how remembrance and reconciliation can help build peace.
By working together, we didn't just learn about conflicts, we also learned how to understand them, how to reflect upon them, and also find peaceful solutions. Santa Marta School is located in Vereda Santa Marta, a rural area of Garzón, Huila. Like many other rural schools, it faces challenges such as limited resources and a strong presence of social tensions.
This project included 39 students from 2 to 10 grade class. We were chosen because we have had experience at school in different ways.
At first, we didn't think much about how conflict affected us. But through this project, we realized our shifts, our relationships, and our learning environment.
By working together, we had different roles. So, in the different groups that we had, each one had a role to play. For example, interviewers, writers, illustrators, and all these tasks help them to create their own version of the things that happened according to the experiences they were able to collect from other students. We used a narrative approach to study conflicts. With the help of students, we interviewed different people at school to get to know their experiences about this phenomenon.
Say, we turn this story into the writing narrative, following 5 key stages: before the conflict, during the conflict, after the conflict, the present, and the future.
We asked about what happened, how the conflict started, and how it was resolved. This interview helped us understand different perspectives.
Finally, we turned our narratives into comics. And this was an interesting way to visualize and reflect about our students' experiences in regard to the conflict, using English as a neutral site to reflect and also try to create spaces where peace can be built.
Saying my story and some comic made me think about differently and realize and how hard things another way.
This project had a powerful impact on how students understand and respond to conflict.
Before, I thought conflict was just something that happened. Now I understand how we react matters.
We learned that reconciliation is a process. It is not just about saying sorry. It is about understanding and moving forward.
Through storytelling, students were able to reflect upon the different conflicts, and also they were able to encounter different reflections upon the experiences they have had in the past. They were able to build peace instead of creating divisions. And all this led us to an important question. How do rural students build remembrance and reconciliation through English to understand their experiences with school conflict?
By telling our stories, we don't just remember, we learn and change.
Now I try to think, before writing about my conflict, help me see that violence isn't the only answer.
Finally, Through storytelling, English, and reflection, we discover
This is sometimes we build together, one story at a time.